We now have the cell phone video that was captured by Jonathan Ross, the ICE agent who murdered Renee Nicole Goode by shooting her 3 times. You've seen, I'm sure, multiple angles on that murder, but we've been wondering ever since we could see in some of the shots that he had, for some reason, taken out his phone to videotape her. We've been wondering, well, are we going to get that? And now it is actually here. It was originally obtained by conservative outlet Alpha News, and at least as of right now, no explanation as to.
All right, folks, buckle up. We're diving into a clip that's got the internet in a chokehold, featuring an ICE agent, a cell phone video, and a whole lot of controversy. This isn't just about what happened. It's about how some folks are twisting reality like a pretzel to fit their narrative. We're going to dissect this, call out the nonsense, and uncover what's really going on. So let's get at it.
Why this was given directly to a right-wing news site first, but CNN also obtained it, and a DHS official confirmed that the video was legitimate, which is important because AI-generated deep fakes of that shooting have also been spreading rapidly on the internet. So with that said, let's watch.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad. It's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I said go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Yeah, you might not have caught it. You might have to listen to it a couple times, but immediately after he murders that woman, he says effing bitch, which is not just, a nice little look into his frame of mind, who he is as a person, but also might be important if this ever actually goes to trial because it says something about what his motivations actually were. He was enraged immediately following having killed her, not scared, not stunned, not apologetic, not, oh dear God, what just happened? He was enraged, and his first thought after shooting her multiple times in the head was to call her a bitch, which actually puts him in a similar ideological strike as many of his defenders, who also have taken this opportunity to expose their rank murderous misogyny following all of this.
Hold on a minute. Effing bitch? After you just shot somebody? That's the sound of a man who's scared for his life. That's the sound of a man who's, well, let's just say he's got some anger management issues. He needs to work out. And probably a few other things. The left always talks about systematic issues. And sometimes, just sometimes, they accidentally stumble into a point. If this guy's immediate reaction is to spew misogynistic slurs after pulling a trigger, it raised some serious issues, serious questions about his training, his temperament, and frankly, the kind of people we're putting in positions of power. This isn't about defending the victim's actions, whatever they were. It's about the cold, hard reality of what came out of this agent's mouth. And for those rushing to defend him, saying he was under pressure or some split-second decision, really? A split-second decision to call someone an effing bitch while they're bleeding out? That's not a moment of panic. That's a window into a mindset. It's like when you stub your toe and your first thought is, ouch, but who put darn toe there? It hurt me. It shouldn't be where the blame game starts. This isn't about supporting our troops or backing the blue blindly. This is about accountability. If a civilian did this, they'd be locked up and key thrown away. Never heard of again. We demand better from our law enforcement, don't we? Not just in their actions, but in their character. If this is the ideological strike of his defenders, then maybe we need to reevaluate who we're striking with. It's a chilling insight into a very dark place, and we need to address it.
In any event, the video shows a lot. It doesn't show everything. It doesn't show if he was actually contacted by the SUV, if he just put his hand on it as he was dropping the phone. We don't know for sure. But we do know that some people strangely thought that this was going to absolve him of what he did. Certainly that seems to have been his motivation in putting it out there, although some believe it was less designed to make him seem innocent and more to make the woman that he shot and her partner seem liberal so that people on the right wouldn't mind as much what happened. In any event, this is what JD Vance said after posting that video. He says, watch this, as hard as it is. Many of you have been told this law enforcement officer wasn't hit by a car, which wasn't shown in that video, wasn't being harassed. She said, I'm not mad at you, and murdered an innocent woman, which it does in fact show. The reality is that his life was endangered and he fired in self-defense. And Jake, I want to go to you because one thing that I know you've been stressing in your coverage of this, I don't know if you've been seen, but on Twitter, Ryan Grimm and JD Vance are having a back and forth. And Ryan Grimm pointed out, as you have pointed out multiple times, the first shot is through the windshield. The second and third shots, possibly the ones that actually killed her, were as he was standing on the side of the car, which notoriously they have a hard time traveling directly to the side. So he was in no danger, but he shot her anyway. JD Vance is refusing to acknowledge that. He says, no, all the shots were from the front. None were from the side. Don't believe your lying eyes. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's the same guy who said, yeah, I know that immigrants in Ohio aren't eating cats and dogs, but I wanted to bring attention to the immigration story, so I lied about it. He's a giant liar. It doesn't matter, guys. Look, there's a couple of different camps here. The folks who are on the right that believe that he did the right thing, you almost can't reach them at all. And they might agree with us on, some of them might agree with us on other things, and a lot of them don't agree with us on a single thing, but you can't reach them because they look at the two shots from the side that are absolutely indisputable. It's on tape. You'd have to be blind, literally blind, not to see that he's shooting from the side and murdering her at that point. And they go, no, he shot 3 times in the front.
Jake, there's one bullet hole in the windshield.
But
that would seem to be like case closed.
Yeah, it's not, look, if you want, look at producers, find the video again, let's show it again. It's not in dispute. 1 in the front, 2 in the side. So, okay, you could say, hey, it's a split-second decision, and they're taught that if you shoot at anyone, you should make sure to murder them, okay? And I think that training is abysmal, horrific, inhumane, and I don't believe in that, etc. But don't tell me he shot 3 times in the front, because that means you're literally a lunatic, or blind. Okay, so, fine. Now we get past that, that's the easy part.
Whoa, lunatic or blind? Strong words, but you know what? Sometimes the truth stings a little. This whole debate about where the bullets hit, it's not just systematic. It's literally about the angle of the truth. We have video evidence, folks. It's not a blurry Bigfoot sighting. It's a clear recording. And yet you've got politicians, pundits, and keyboard warriors out there twisting themselves into pretzels, trying to deny what's right in front of our faces. It's the ultimate gaslighting. Don't believe your lying eyes. They essentially say it's like watching a magic trick where the magician tells you the rabbit disappears, even though it's clearly still in his hat. And half the audience cheers because they want to believe. This isn't about supporting law enforcement or owning libs. This is about basic facts. If the video shows shots from the side, then shots were from the side, period. To deny that is to deny reality itself. And that's a dangerous game to play on its own. It's the same playbook we see time and time again. When the facts don't fit your narrative, just invent new facts. It's intellectually dishonest and it undermines any credibility you might have had. We can disagree on policy, on intent, on nuance of self-defense, but what you cannot deny, and you have to verify the visual evidence in front of you, you cross into a realm where rational discussion simply can't exist. It's not just a debate anymore, it's a delusion. And frankly, it makes you wonder what else these folks are willing to lie about when it suits their agenda.
So listen what JD Vance is saying. It shows that he was hit by the car. It literally doesn't show that. It's not in the video. So what you hear is a sound. As John said, he could have just been bracing himself because the idiot is taping. It's not his body camera recorder. He's taping on his own cell phone. By the way, that's against training. But who knows? He might have been a plumber a minute ago, right? ICE is paying these extraordinary signing bonuses to get like random dudes. So I don't know who this guy is overall. So he's definitely not supposed to be taping with his cell phone.
Jake, really fast.
Yeah.
Just he has been with ICE for apparently a number of years.
Okay, okay, fine. Then
And
he's an
yet he
idiot who should be
tapes.
fired for, at the very bare minimum, for holding a cell phone in a situation he found to be so dangerous that he murdered someone a second later. Okay,
Yeah.
100% against protocol and training. All right, then Vance says, oh, they said he wasn't being harassed, and he was. One of them said, get us lunch, and that was harassed enough to put a bullet in her head? Jesus Christ, are you guys the biggest snowflakes the world has ever seen? If somebody says, get me lunch, you think that's, oh, the poor guy, he was being harassed, so he had to shoot her in the head 3 times. Is that your standard? Is that how low your bar is for massive violence, executing a woman? Jesus, man. And then third thing Vance says, and that she was not an innocent woman. What part of that makes her guilty? And John, you're absolutely right. I've been looking the whole day for like, what on God's green earth makes right-wingers looking at this video think, oh, we're right, boom, proved it. It proves the exact opposite, right? So I'll get to why it proves the exact opposite in a second. And they look at it and they go, yeah, you see that? She was a lib. Are we executing people for being left-wing now? Is that the new standard? You said something I didn't like and you're left-wing, so I shot you in the head 3 times? You know what I do on the show all the time, and I do this for the right and I do it for the left too. So shoe on the other foot. If Biden is in charge and the new standard is a right-winger slightly annoys you, well, that's it, and they're a right-winger, put 3 bullets in their head. Are you crazy, man? The whole country's gonna slaughter each other with that kind of standard. Civil war, are you kidding me? Everybody's gonna get executed. Have you ever been on social media? People are yelling at each other 24/7. So should they all get executed? Oh, you slightly annoyed kind of a law enforcement officer. All right, I say kind of because what kind of law enforcement officer is this? All right, so it's a Rorschach test, but it's a Rorschach test that is bewildering. Like, you know, those things, or you see a young lady or you see an old lady, you see a purple dress or you see a white dress, right? This is, I don't know, you see reality, and then the other version is like that woman that got killed was some sort of monster, and she's about to murder the ICE agent, and they're like, and he's like, oh no, please don't murder me. Yeah, and he's on the edge of death, and then self-defense. Oh, and at the last second he got her before she got him. Really? That's like saying young woman watermelon. What? There is no watermelon in the picture. All right. She even said to him, like, what, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds before her death, I'm not mad at you. They're jawing back and forth. And she even says, I'm not mad at you. And then he puts a bullet in her head. Okay, last thing for now, and John's got a little bit more, but move the F out of the way. You don't have to murder people. That is not a thing you have to do. Oh, he couldn't have moved out of the way. Really? Because he did move out of the way.
He did.
That's not in dispute as to whether he could have moved out of the way, because he did move out of the way. But he executed her anyway. Anyway. And I'm sorry, guys, I've been holding this back because I don't want to insult people. I want to bring people together. We've got big, giant fights against the establishment, etc. But in that situation, when she's turning away and you could easily move out of the way, which he did. By the way, he's moving out of the way while putting the cell phone away, getting out his gun. It's so easy to move out of the way. You say no, even though he could easily get out of the way, he should put 3 bullets in her head. All right, either you have some sort of cruelty issues, like you kind of want to put 3 bullets in on an unarmed woman's head, You got some anger and cruelty issues, and you think that's awesome and tough. I'm gonna say it. Sorry, but you're a coward. If you think that guy was almost going to die, and he was so scared, and in his situation, you would have been equally terrified. Terrified. Oh my God, I'm almost dead. I have to kill her instead. Sorry, but you get scared super easily. That is a super cowardly position. And real men used to be men who protected women. That is our job as men. And if you're on the left and you don't like me saying that, I don't care. Our job is not to murder women because, oh my God, she almost nicked my knee on her way of turning around at 2 miles per hour as I easily got out of the way. Yep. Nah, that's just a coward, total, utter coward. Am I clear enough now? Okay, so what they will do in reaction, not just to that video, but this video is they'll threaten to kill me, right? They'll be like, oh yeah, I'll show you. Well, why don't I put your life in danger, right? Because that's what they always do. Death, violence, etc. Stop killing each other and stop celebrating the death of one side or the other. And the fact that she's left-wing proves nothing. That's not a reason why you murder people. Okay, but go ahead. If you're a scaredy cat who's like, oh my God, 2 miles an hour. I would have been terrified. I would have been so afraid. Good, tell on yourself. Tell us how weak you are. Yep. Anyone who is afraid for their life in that situation should not be in law enforcement because they're such cowards. They'll murder anyone at 0.00001% risk.
Okay, now this is where the rubber meets the road. And it's a point that needs to be shouted from the rooftops. If you're so terrified that a minor inconvenience or perceived 2 miles per hour threat makes you pull a trigger and end a life, you have no business wearing a badge. Zero. None. I'm going to repeat that. You have no business wearing a badge. This isn't about being tough or decisive. It's about complete lack of emotional control and, frankly, a derelict of duty. We want our law enforcement to be guardians, not executioners. We want them to be de-escalate, to protect, to serve, not to shoot first and ask questions later because their fragile ego felt slightly bruised. The idea that the 0.0001% risk justifies lethal force is not just bad policy. It's a recipe for societal breakdown. It turns our protectors into predators, operating under a veil of fear that allows them to bypass accountability. This isn't courage, it's cowardice masquerading as self-preservation. Real courage is facing a dangerous situation with restraint, with training, and with a commitment to preserving life, even when it's difficult.
We used to tell people in this country, cops used to, freeze, you're under arrest, put down your weapon. That would take a while. That required courage. Back when cops and law enforcement had courage and actually tried to protect us. Now they teach them, don't have any courage, don't have any courage. If you're slightly scared, murder someone. No, I'm not on board for that, and I'm never gonna be on board.
There you have it, folks. This video isn't just a grim incident, it's a stark reminder of the battles we're facing for truth, accountability, and sanity in our own public discourse. We can't let emotional appeals or political agendas blind us to clear evidence and common sense. So tell me, if you found this breakdown insightful, hit that like button, share this video, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're here to cut through the noise and give you the unvarnished truth. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But keep it civil, folks. Keep it civil. We're here to discuss, not to descend into the same madness we just critiqued. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and we'll see you on the next time.
For that.